your CIGTV News Update this Friday. I'm Donna Bush. Recently, Minister of Financial Services and Home Affairs, the Honourable Tara Rivers, joined other government officials in meeting with key EU decision-makers in Brussels. Minister Rivers explains the purpose of the meetings and what it all means for the Cayman Islands.
The purpose of the trip to Brussels was to really continue the engagement and to actually increase the level of engagement with the European Union officials at the Commission, as well as to engage with a number of member states, specifically on the latest initiative by the European Union to develop a list of non-cooperative jurisdictions for tax purposes. Certainly, we feel, based on everything that we have been doing, based on our latest affirmation by the OECD in particular with respect to our rating as being largely compliant regarding tax information exchange, that just reaffirms that we really should not be placed on any such blacklist that the European Union is contemplating at this time. However, we have been engaging with them for a number of years, and certainly we've been responding to the various questionnaires that they have engaged about 90 countries, of which Cayman is one of them, to find more information to make a determination whether or not those countries, any of those countries, should be placed on this list. So we've been having some technical engagements all through the summer. This is the third trip the ministry has taken to Brussels. However, as I said, this time the Premier accompanied myself as Minister for Financial Services, and we were able to meet with some very high-level officials in the European Union, in particular the Vice President, Dombrovskis, who is responsible for financial services, the Commission for Financial Services, so amongst other important decision makers, I guess, with respect to the recommendations for this list. So it was really important that not only we continue to engage at the technical level, but also to ensure that we were able to provide some context to the information that we submitted, answer any questions in person, and to, as I said, elevate the level of dialogue and discussion and interaction. And I have to say that all of the meetings that we had about 11 meetings in 2 days, so it was very full on in terms of our agenda. All of the meetings, the various representatives appreciated the fact that we actually took the time to come to Brussels to have this level of engagement. And we, as I said, we certainly feel that we don't belong on any such list, but of course we wanted to make sure that they understood what we do, how we do it, and conversely also understand what we don't do. And so that's where the actual dialogue and discussion was actually very important, to answer any questions that they may have in person. So overall, we are very confident that our objectives that we set out to achieve were successful. Ultimately, a decision will be made by the European Union. It is going to be a political decision, as this is an initiative that's driven by the political directorate within the European Union as opposed to the Commission itself. So, we don't control the outcome per se, but we certainly did all that we could do and all we needed to do to help provide, as I said, the additional color to the type of cooperation that we've been having with them all along on this particular initiative.
Over the two-day outreach, the delegation also met with the permanent representatives to the EU from Germany, France, Luxembourg, Malta, and the United Kingdom. Well, leaders and juvenile inmates at Her Majesty's Cayman Islands Prison Service are currently working together to construct a basketball court on the prison grounds. Prison Director Neil Lavis said the juveniles recently asked for a basketball court because they did not have one in their exercise yard. Although exercise is mandatory and built into their daily routines, specific sporting equipment and facilities are not a necessity. Prison management, however, have agreed to fund the building material for the basketball court, not only because it would be a great way for the young men to occupy their time and focus on fitness, but it would also create an opportunity for them to learn some valuable skills. The teens were eager to start the project immediately, and prison officers took the initial steps by researching how to properly construct a basketball court. All of the teens got involved and put in the sweat, muscle, and time, explained Mr. Lavis. He further explained granting the teens the request for a basketball court has already provided mentoring opportunities and shown them the power of teamwork. Well, speaking of sports of the sorts, the Cayman Islands Squash Club recently recognized 3 young athletes for their performance at the Caribbean Junior Squash Championships held in Guyana back in July. The athletes, Jace Jervis is the boys under 13 champion, while Jade Pitcairn earned herself a second-place spot in the girls under 17 category, and Brody McComb placed 4th in the boys under 11 category. Attending the ceremony was Bordentown West MLA, that is, Mr. Chris Saunders, who donated the trophies as well as a gift to each athlete. He also pledged his continued support. Meantime, their coach, Mark Chaloner, said that he was very happy with the performance of the players as they represented the Cayman Islands with great competitive spirit and exemplary behavior throughout the competition. Now, the Junior Caribbean Squash Championship is a yearly competition between 7 of the Caribbean's best countries, including the Cayman Islands, Bermuda, and Trinidad and Tobago. The next competition is scheduled to be held next year in neighboring Jamaica. Finally, if you missed today's news update, you can go to the Cayman Islands government Facebook page as well as the CIG television YouTube channel. For now, I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining me this week, hoping you'll have a wonderful and, of course, a very safe weekend, and inviting you back here again on Monday. Until then, bye-bye for now.